The Business Mentor Talks is vlogged by no other, Armando Butz Bartolome, in cooperation with the Manila Times. It aims to bring to life and recognize entrepreneurs who constantly strive to create a living for the community as well. Listen to the Business Mentor Talks with Butz Bartolome.
Really nice to have a Sunday, but again, for us, it's our advocacy to really get and interview entrepreneurs who can really give us some highlights and some learning insights and inspire us. Her company, which celebrated its 20th year. Oh, mind you, 20 years. And most of the companies or entrepreneurs I invited who really served that long really speaks of longevity and as well as sustainability. So again, the topic we will be talking about is social media as well as an agency that has been here for the past 20 years. So without further ado, let me invite the founder and Miss Amray Dizon. Amray, good morning. Good Sunday to you.
Good morning, Sir Butz. Good Sunday to you, and thank you so much for having us here in your show.
All right. So yeah, it's an honor, really. I've been inviting a lot of people, members of PCCI Quezon City, as well as PMA, Philippine Marketing Association, and ICSB. Okay, Amray, tell us, how did you start the company 20 years ago?
Actually, sir, it was an accidental business. I graduated fine arts, so after graduation, I became a production assistant, a graphic designer, and I also did a lot of freelance work as a graphic designer, video editor, and web designer. During the freelance work, it just so happened that one of our clients asked for a receipt. So I had to register at DTI. Actually, we did not have, I personally don't have a background in business. I don't know anything about finance, marketing, and it was not part of my plan having a company in the first place. Had I known how difficult it was to start a business, I could have done it. But after that accidental registration, we just went to it and went with it, had many different clients, and did everything through trial and error until
okay. So what's really the focus of VCS, by the way, Amray?
VCS started as a graphic design and video production company, but now we are a full-service digital content production company, a creative marketing agency. So we use strategic creativity to pinpoint real-world solutions that will contribute to the growth of our clients. Well, not just our clients, but also our employees, our peers, and in the industry. So VCS provides many different services such as campaign solutions. We also have strategic design services, video production solutions, social media marketing, and digital solutions. And we also have corporate event solutions. So it's more of a creative agency and a production company in one, sir.
Wow. So Is it easy? You did mention that had you known the accidental, you wouldn't have pursued, but you pursued it. Look at you. You are now 20 years. This VCS, this baby is no longer a baby. Actually, it's almost an adult, right? So, but to grow a business, what was the first thing that you probably realized why your business VCS grew? What was the foundation there?
Actually, sir, it was really not easy. And I learned along the way that there are a couple of very, very important factors to grow a business. So, yung realization po namin, well, number one, we have to be able to deliver what we promise. So that's the operation side, the center of growing a business. Because when you have a brand, you start with marketing, right? You start with promising what you can deliver. But the secret to growing a business is really optimizing your key activities, having the right resources, having the right partners, being able to develop the day-to-day systems, and of course, people should be central to the resources. In the nature of our business, it's a creative agency. Very important po yung ideas and the craft and the and the strategies that come from our main resource, the people. So building a good company culture is also instrumental for us. And
Yeah.
syempre, on my end, the viability aspect. When we were starting, I know very little about finance. So we were not collecting on time. We did not know how to price our services very well, so we had very little profitability. It was later on that we realized that we have to price correctly. We have to really study the profitability of projects and clients. So there, to recap po, the marketing part is just the start, knowing what your product is and the value that you deliver. Actually delivering it, which is in the operations, is central, and knowing if it's viable for you, if you're actually profiting and growing, the finance aspect, the cost aspect, the revenue streams aspect. That's what we realized while we were running the business.
So really, Amre, your business is really people. You know, you are people centered. You have to have your great team to be, to work with you, to synergize as well as to deliver to your customers as well. But to talk about creative, how creative can a creative agency be? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Creativity is really subjective, no? But in order to be effective as a creative, we should be able to understand the business side of creativity. So how can our creativity help solve our clients' problems? For example, they are going to market a newly launched brand or going to expand their business or their market or have developed new products. We have to use our creativity to solve their objectives. Like how can it bring more awareness to their products? How can it bring in more sales? It entails a lot of strategy as well. It's not just about what looks good, what is a good video, what could be a good logo, but it should really align with what would give results for our
Uh-huh.
clients.
Correct, correct. But again, looking back 20 years ago, social media was not really in the forefront, right? You're talking about the press, the radio, the TV, the newspaper, the print, in other words. But now, how would you compare now the intensity with the digitalization that we are now faced with? Anong comparison mo ngayon ng trabaho niyo ngayon? Was it easier 20 years ago or is it easier now 20 years ago with the digitalization?
Well, both, sir, both easy and challenging. Kasi 20 years ago when we started, there was no YouTube yet, 2004. And a lot of our projects were AVPs, flyers, posters, mga merchandising, mga in-store collaterals, what you see in the groceries, like mga shelf covers, mga ganon. And then when digital became a norm, especially AI na din ngayon, well, of course, it's really it opened up doors to a lot of smaller businesses because the barrier of entry is now easy. Advertising is now cheap. Before, you have to spend hundreds of thousands of pesos to have a print ad and to have a TV spot, but now you can reach hundreds of thousands of audiences with just hundreds, I mean, a few thousand pesos for digital ads. So it's easier for MSMEs. It's easier for us also to give them platforms for awareness, but it's harder to stand out because a lot of brands are already there. The digital space could be saturated. So it's a matter of how can you resonate with your target market? How can you be more creative to stand out? How can you get noticed while your customers are scrolling? How can you make them stop? So how can you have a stopping content? So that's really the challenge, and attention span is really short. Kaya nga sabi nila, video should be really short, and the first 3 seconds you should already capture your market and make them take a second look, and your hooks, the messaging should already capture them at the first 3 seconds. So yun po yung challenging part, standing out amidst the content saturated digital space.
So it's really ever challenging to you, no, in your people, no. In other words, how to make the client or the people stop scroll, because really you notice now with a lot of people using mobile phones rather than laptops. Before it's laptop, tablet. Now you see a lot of people now using while they're commuting, going up and down. But I guess your focus there is to stop that finger from scrolling up and focus on your campaign. No, so how does now? I just want to see, does it really profit an entrepreneur to get a professional people like you or the DIY attitude? Marami sasabi ganyan, bakit ako kukuha ng agency? My son, my daughter, or whatever, they can do it. How would you now separate the grain from the hash?
Okay, sir. Well, to tell you the truth, a lot of small entrepreneurs can already DIY everything. There's already AI-generated content now, but it's easy to learn the technology. It's easy to create content, but I guess the value of an agency is helping clients strategize and choosing the right platform, the right messaging, the right mix of content for them. So the strategic creativity aspect, the art and science of the actual campaign that would deliver results. I guess that's the help that we bring into our clients. But
so there
are different types of problems din po kasi. So we tell them, sometimes we build the frameworks for them or we set up the strategies, and then we can give them the next steps that they can manage themselves. Yun. So siguro wherever we can help and wherever we can enter para lang mabigyan sila ng right direction.
So more or less like you're mentoring them, you're coaching them, but later on, if and when they need your help, you really coach them all the way to get them into having a collaboration with you, right? Rather than spoon-feeding a client. No? Kasi minsan yung client alam ko na yan. Yung mga alam ko na attitude. Pero pagdating naman, bakit hindi nagde-deliver yung ating results, di ba? So, it takes two to tango, di ba? Yun ang mga ganon.
Yes, sir. But a lot of our clients now, they are mostly bigger brands, also multinationals. We also have clients outside the country, like Sanrio
Mm,
Philippines. So we provide content for them. These bigger brands use our agency as an extension of their creative departments. So they also
correct.
have other agencies. They also have in-house in-house creatives. But since they need to create and generate a lot of content, they still need our help. So we act as their external departments. So we have creative retainers where they can just order content from us or order strategies or articles or whatever on a regular basis monthly. So we also act as an extension of their creative and marketing departments. But for smaller businesses, what we did is we created a management consulting company called Spec Management Consultancy. So that consulting company caters to smaller businesses, mga MSMEs, where we
Mm-hmm.
also teach them about business models and how to market, how to
Yeah.
with the marketing framework that would result to viability in their businesses.
Mm.
Yun,
What
para
about what about Amre, yung availability of manpower? Everybody seems to be talking nowadays about the difficulty of getting the right people because people either they do it at home, they stay, do business at home, or they migrate, or it's a whatever is the offer. Okay, how would you contend with that? Getting and keeping the right people.
the behavior of the workforce has already changed. But first and foremost, for the work from home setup. So actually, during the pandemic, we tried the work from home setup and it worked for us. So we're now a remote first agency. So
Mm.
that's an advantage since a lot of our teammates prefer the work from home setup. Second po, the young ones would like a company to have a good culture and to have that culture of care for their employees. Yung advertising industry pa naman po, it's very, well, it's known to be very toxic and high pressure. So we try to balance that and we foster an environment where we really care for the well-being of our employees and have uh, incorporate balance then in their lives. And
Oo.
also, uh, the reason why we attract employees is because of the advocacies that we serve and the values that we believe in, such as we are an LGBT and PWD owned company. Well, I belong to the LGBT community and I'm also a PWD. So those are the advocacies we support, and we also attract the younger ones who also believe in our causes. So
Mhm.
really important for brands to take a stand and to support advocacies as well, aside from the
Correct.
commercial aspects of the
Yeah.
service we offer.
Oh. Pero I notice you're very active with associations. Tell us, Amre, how do you choose organizations to participate? What seems to be the secret of Amre? Because everywhere, halos lahat ata ng event na puntahan ko, pag nakita ko si Amre, oh, I saw you last week. Oh, I saw you this week. You seem to be floating anywhere. Is this part of your campaign to make VCS prominent, or is it your part of your advocacy, or how do you choose association? Because there are people who say, "Oh, I don't want to join associations. They're toxic." But you seem to be participating in selective organizations. What kind of advice would you say?
Well, for one, sir, we wouldn't have grown, we wouldn't have learned without the support of the organizations where we are a member of. Um, when we started, I didn't know anyone. I didn't know anyone from the industry. I also didn't know fellow entrepreneurs. But when I joined associations, I was able to learn about the best practices of other businesses. I learned more about marketing when I joined Philippine Marketing Association. I shared problems and concerns with the industry and how we can have a unified voice representing our sector. So knowing many different people, business owners, people from the industry is very, very helpful for an organization to thrive. But of course, it's give and take because we also help them out. We give pro bono services for their advocacies for what we also believe in. We support them with that. For example, we give free campaigns, free creative services, a lot of those for Philippine Marketing Association before and now for ICSB and the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce and ADHD Society of the Philippines. So being someone with ADHD, I'm really restless and I'm really looking for where else we can help, what new projects we can support, and what new things we can learn. And it just so happened that these organizations offer a lot of learnings and chances to get to know people and leaders such as you, Sir Boots. So I wouldn't have known you had I not known Philippine Marketing Association and AFI. So it's really a blessing, and it takes a lot of time, but the rewards is also very fulfilling.
True. Well, I must congratulate you because you are really well balanced. The way you can come up with some magic. Given a short period of time to organize a summit, like like the ICSB the other month, and now the recent one. Again, you build the criteria, you build your rapport, your credibility, which I guess is the most important investment, di ba? Kasi hindi mo naman ma-invest yan kung ano kaya, no? You have to walk the talk, sabi nga natin, di ba? Kasi sino si Amray before? Kung naka-isolate ka or you're just staying in the comfort of your office and you're doing remote control, it doesn't work that way, di ba? It doesn't work now. You have to be all out, di ba? Yun ang ano doon. So, I won't take you so much of your time, but give me at least 2 takeaways that you can probably tell people who are probably like you, so much energy, and probably those who are starting up, but again, they're about to burn out. I'm sure you did that too for the first 3 years or first 7 years, sabi nga nila, no? Ano yung mga dalawang takeaways na pwedeng itanim sa isip ng mga taong nanonood sa atin?
Well, first is all about continuous learning as a business owner. Even for 20 years now that we are running the business, I'm still learning. So I guess the main learning that I would like each business owner to keep in mind is knowing the entire business model. It's not just about having a product and selling it. You have to first know your value through marketing and know how to deliver the value through a solid operations, and of course know how to grow the business and ensure that the desirability or the value that you deliver through feasible operations is also viable for you, meaning it's profitable. So viability, feasibility, and desirability. So that's the first one, knowing the entire business model and how the ecosystem works. And second, people are very important. So you have to build a culture for your brand, for your company. You have to have advocacies that you support. You have to have these solid values that will guide you in every decision that you make and in every decision that your employees make, even in your absence. As long as the values are there, you will be fine. So,
all right. Wow.
Very important po.
Oh, yan nakita nyo, narinig nyo from from the founder who started from an accident, and now with 20 years of business, still growing and growing. No, that's Amray Dizon. Siguro Amray, yun nga, where can they find you and how can they get in touch with you if ever?
We have a website. It's vitalstrats.ph. And I also have an Instagram, and I'm also on Facebook, Amray Dizon, or my website, amraydizon.com.
So get in touch with Amray. Ask her questions. Again, if you are an entrepreneur and you're looking how to grow your business, especially now with the social media toxicity, let Amray be the one to give you the neutral solution, di ba? So yan ang importante doon. So yeah, Amray, thank you very much, and I will not take your time. It's a Sunday. I know your creativity juices are working 24/7. Ganyan ang mga nasa agency daw. You think they're not working, but their mind is still working. Di ba? Ganun yun. So again, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Have a great week. And again, God bless to your mighty agency. Okay?
Maraming salamat po,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.